Okay, hello. It's another battle report, Warhammer battle report. This time fought between my Demons of Chaos and my brother's High Elf army. Just a couple of things before I start. My brother's just come off last weekend playing at the Midlands Open. He did all right with this army. He lost the last game, but had he not done that, he would have ended up about just outside the top 20. And me, I haven't played for a while, so okay, that's my first excuse at the start of this game. Anyway, so here's the first picture. I'll just run through the High Elf army first of all. So on the from my perspective, so on the far left we've got an eagle, and then you can see on the right of the picture there a Frostheart Phoenix. Okay, and then in the centre you can see there's a second Frostheart Phoenix next to the first, and then just to the right of there you can see the main unit of the High Elf army. I think there's that's a unit of 20 or so. I think there's 18 silver helms, but then that's bulked out with a load of characters. I can't remember exactly the characters that are in there, but basically there's a level 4 on life magic, a level 2 on life magic also. I think a level 4's got Book of Hoeth, and then other characters in there. There's a Lord level High Elf, and I think there's a BSB, and then possibly two other heroes. One of them's got the Reaver bow, I believe, and various other combinations of magic items, and of course the Banner of the World Dragon. And then here on the right flank, you can see just next to the High Elf, the Silver Helm unit, there's a beast, another Eagle, and then to the right of them, 5 Reavers, and then just further out on the right hand flank, another unit of 5 Reavers. I think that unit there you can see has spears, when the one on the to its left has bows and spears. Okay, so here we are opposite on my right flank. You can see, first of all, in front there's a unit of 5 Beasts of Nurgle. I'm using 3 Rat Ogres as proxies in this game. Behind them is a unit of 30 Plague Bearers with full command, and my general on the left at the front there, a Herald of Nurgle. He has the Fecundity gift, which means the whole unit has 4 up regen and doesn't have any other items on him. To the left of them is 10 Horrors, with a Standard Bearer and a Musician. In that unit is the first of 2 Tzeentch Heralds. They're both on Law of Metal. I believe that one behind there has got Final Transmutation and Searing Doom. Okay, so a bit further across to the left you can see the second unit of 10 Horrors with Musician and Standard, and then the other Tzeentch Herald who has Plague of Rust and Searing Doom. In front of them you can see another unit of Beasts of Nurgle, this time 4, and also a Skull Cannon just at the back of the board there. And then a bit further to the left you can see the second Skull Cannon and 5 units, a unit of 5 Furies with Mark of Nurgle. And then out further on the left, another unit of 5 Furies with Mark of Nurgle. Okay, so first turn, I believe I got the first turn and fired both my Skull Cannons at the Frostheart Phoenixes. You can see the one at the front there took 4 wounds, which is a bit unlucky. I only need 1 more wound to kill it. The other one, I think he ward saved it. That was basically all that happened in my first turn. I think I cast Final Transmutation onto the Silver Helm unit, and brother used a Dispel Scroll. So this is High Elf turn 1, and you can see everything just marches forwards. We've got the 2 Frostheart Phoenixes alongside the Silver Helm unit. And I think he put Throne of Vines up on the level 4. And I think he cast something out. I think he cast a spell and actually miscast with it. But obviously Throne of Vines, you get a 2 up and it negates that. So that's no good for me. Okay, so I haven't really moved very much. You can see my Beasts of Nurgle on the far right have moved up to threaten those Reavers, and the Plague Bearer unit has come up behind them. Everything else pretty much has stayed where it is. The Skull Cannon's just pointing at those Frostheart Phoenixes. So I really can't do anything about this unit. It's the Banner of the World Dragon, my entire army. Any wounds caused on that unit, it has a 2 up ward save against. So my real only option is to try and chaff up that unit. So here, the first unit of Furies moves in to chaff up the Silverhelm unit. You can also see at the back of the board there, I've got 5 Flesh Hounds which have come on. Again, I'm not really. I mean, I probably at this point, I'm thinking I'm going to try and use them to try and just chaff up that Silverhelm unit. I've only got 2 units of Furies, which aren't going to last too long, and I haven't got any other chaff. So I'm thinking I need to bring those Flesh Hounds on to try and somehow just get in combat and try and hold them up for just 1 turn somehow. And there's over on the right hand flank, you can see the Reavers in front of that unit of 5 Beasts of Nurgle. Okay, so here's a turn onwards. You can see the Frostheart Phoenixes have come round to my left flank and are looking to take on those Skull Cannons, or possibly get into one of those Pink Horror units as well. My other unit of Flesh Hounds has come on. I'm not really sure about these. It's the first time I've played against Frostheart Phoenixes or the new High Elf book, so I'm not really sure of what they're going to be like. I'm thinking I can just try and cannon and magic them off, and I'm not thinking they're that great in close combat, but they have got that -1 strength on anything that's in base contact with them, which makes them very difficult to wound. So maybe they won't kill me, but they'll hold me in place if they get in combat with these skull cannons. I still think though, if I can get a charge off on them, or a double charge on one of those onto the one of those Frostheart Phoenixes, I reckon I might be able to take one down. My Tzeentch Heralds are still trying to cast Final Transmutation onto the Silverhelm unit, but it's either getting just Dispel. I've been quite unlucky, I think, up to this point. Obviously, the Dispel spell I couldn't do anything about, but I then cast it again, and I think he dispelled it by beating by 1. Didn't get it off by Infinite. Didn't double 6 it. So they're still standing. I'm hoping to. I mean, Final Transmutation is one of the only spells I've got access to which can actually do something to that unit. They don't obviously get a ward save against Final Transmutation, so I'm hoping I can chip off a few of those characters. And if I can get the Frostheart Phoenixes and then just keep that unit off the rest of my lines, then I might be able to get a small victory. Over on the right hand side, you can see the Eagles moved in to block the Plague Bearers. Not really too worried about that. I'm not really sure what to do here. I'm thinking if I charge them, both those are just going to flee off and then try and rally. I think actually those Reavers, in fact, on the right have already been charged by my Beasts of Nurgle and flee, which has sort of drawn my unit out of position. To be fair, only really those coming around to where the Silverhelm unit is, but maybe I should have just ignored them. I'm not sure, but I think I then go and try and charge them again, which maybe was a mistake too far. Okay, so over here you can see just a different view of the same situation as of the last couple of photos. Right, so by this point I've put in both my units of Furies to chaff up the Silverhelm unit. They've both gone, so now I'm in a bit of a situation. I've basically just put the Beast of Nurgle right in front and the Flesh Hounds right behind. Haven't charged. I'm thinking there's no point charging. You might just wipe me out, or not wipe me out, but do enough wounds to do an instability test. And if I fail that, then that's just I don't want to get in a situation where he's beating me in my turn of close combat, so he can then charge after that. So I just put them in front, not into combat, and waiting for him to charge me. In the back there, you can see the Reavers and the Great Eagle have flown away from my charges from the Beasts of Nurgle and the Plague Bearers. I think actually the Reavers panicked fleed through the Great Eagle and then panicked that. Okay, so here my brother Alex has charged one of the Frostheart Phoenixes into a unit of Pink Horrors on the left, and on the right has charged the other Frostheart Phoenix into one of the Skull Cannons. At this point, I think we've already fought a round of combat each, and I've then charged the other Skull Cannon into the Frostheart Phoenix, which is already engaged with my first Skull Cannon. Brother put on Flesh to Stone onto the Frostheart Phoenix, which we then both realised afterwards was a complete waste of time because I was wounding it on 6s anyway. But I think it's now toughness 10 for what it's worth. My flesh hounds have come up at the back there, hoping to get into combat, but I'm not really sure if it's a good idea because those at the moment that I was going to put it into the back of the skull cannon combat, but they'll just be there ready for something that the Frostheart Phoenix can stomp on. So probably just give away wounds. So I'm not really sure what to do. The pink horror unit's getting smashed up with it's the Thunderstomp which is causing the problem. But I think my Herald is in the second rank at the moment. They're lined up 2 wide and 5 deep, or were before a load got taken off, but they're not going to hold on too much longer, I don't think. So not going too well. I think I may have taken a wound off the Frostheart Phoenix on the right, but who was on 4 wounds previously, but he's already had regrowth put on him and had all his wounds brought back. And then here we are on the right hand flank. You can see my units out of position from those Reavers and Great Eagles. Just me, lack of playing experience. I haven't played for a while, I think, and just got stupidly drawn out by those Reavers and the Great Eagle, who've really just pulled my units out of position there. The horror unit at the back has moved back slightly, trying to get an angle onto the Frosthearts to get some magic off if one of them gets out of combat, or just do another final transmutation onto the Silverhelm unit. So here you can see those combats again. This from the back, you can see a lot of those horrors are dead on the right hand side. Okay, so this is turn 5, I believe, and the Silverhelms charged into the Beasts of Nurgle. And I thought, okay, well, the Beasts of Nurgle are normally pretty good. They can at least survive 1 round of combat versus virtually anything. But with the rerolls to hit and the I think strength 6 or 7 with those lances and all those characters at the front, it's just a whole lot of the -1 to hit from the Mark of Nurgle didn't really work because of the rerolls, and the toughness 5 wasn't paying off either because it's still 2s to wounds for those lances on the charge. And I failed a load of regens as well. And then I think I rolled like a 10 for my instability test, and that's them gone. So now it's really looking over pretty much. You can see the Frostheart things as well. One of them's finished off that unit of pink horrors it was fighting. I think the other one's still in combat with the skull cannons. But ultimately it's turning into a clean-up operation now. The Beasts of Nurgle, they couldn't do anything against the Silverhelms in combat either, especially with that 2+ sword saves. Absolutely ridiculous. So I think this is pretty much it at the end of the game. I think we called it here. We were playing a win-loss draw from Midland's system for working out the result, and by this point Alex has got enough to win the game, and I think it's just going to be a question of those Silverhelms just going into my other units and either getting stuck on them or killing them. So I don't think it's going to change the result too much at this point with whatever I do. And there you go, there's the last photo, just showing it again from a slightly different angle. So ultimately, not great result for me. This is the first YouTube battle report I've done which I've actually lost in, but this is possibly the worst matchup that I could be in against the Banner of the World Dragon high off list. But it's good anyway, it's the first time I've played against it. It's good to get some experience. I've learnt a lot. I think I need to get some more chaff in my army, possibly get 2 single Beasts of Nurgle, so I've got a bit more chaff. And still umming and ahhing about the Greater Demon of Nurgle as possibly getting in there as well somehow, but I'm going to have to drop probably some of those beasts. I've brought one of the Beasts of Nurgle units down, or maybe take the Flesh Hounds out. The Flesh Hounds did absolutely nothing in this game. But having said that, other games I've played with lots of artillery and so on, Orc and Goblins or similar, they've really been absolute gold, but not in this game. So I don't know, maybe they're not as good, maybe they're not great in all matchups, in which case not such a great choice for a tournament build. But anyway, so yeah, good game still. I learnt a lot, and also my brother's army here, not painted by him, but he had it commission painted. It's also an extremely well painted army, all airbrushed, and hopefully if you go to tournaments you might be able to see it, 'cause it is really excellent, especially up close. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and look out for the next battle report soon. Thanks, bye.